Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Doodle&Flea Knits podcast. My name is Erin and this is the new podcast where I am going to talk about all things knitting and maybe some other crafty shenanigans that I have been getting into lately. It is January 31st, 2021, and I am coming to you from Ohio, where I live with my family, both 2- and 4-legged, and then some of them that can't walk. You can find me on Instagram at doodle_and_flea_knits. Just super long now that I'm actually saying that out loud. And then you can find me on Ravelry at The Thready Bear. Both of those will be linked down below. So come friend me, follow me, and then come say hi. I'm always looking to talk knitting with anybody. Hence me talking to the void right now. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Well, actually right up here, I am burning flannel from White Barn by Bath and Body Works. So which smells really good. It's kind of like cologne-y, which I really like that scent. So it smells good. I have my Diet Coke and let's get started. So first I'm going to talk about some recent finished objects. And the first one I have up, I literally just pulled this off the blocking mats. I thought it was a little bit damp and it is not. So we are good to go. This is on one of the seams, the Exotic Burst Cowl by Dolly Lashram. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And this was my Advent project. So I did one of these little burst thingies pretty much every day. I actually stayed on top of it pretty well. Did one of those every day. And then I did have to repeat the colorways because it's only 24 days in an Advent. And so I did repeat them twice. And then the main skein is this gray that is actually creating the burst. So, here, we'll throw this on. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love the yarn, which, speaking of, my Advent I got from Yarnaceous Fibers, and their Advent theme was the rise and fall of the dinosaurs. And these are all in her Salted Fingering base, which is a 55% superwash merino and 15% nylon. So yeah, I really love how understated all the colors are. It's definitely me. I mean, there's such a variety too. I mean, this I really like it. But yeah, so I used each colorway twice, and then the Christmas Day skein throughout. And honestly, I'm not sure how big the mini skeins were for each day, because I mean, I really did not use a lot. I have a ton left, but this was actually my favorite colorway because I think it would just make such a cute cardigan that would go with jeans, because it's just browns and blues and love it. But yeah, so that one's my favorite. Like I said, I have a lot left. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, because I need to weigh them and see how much I actually have. This is how much I have left of the 100 gram. Yeah, 100 gram? Yeah, 100 gram full skein from Christmas Day. But yeah, back to the Exotic Burst Cowl. Absolutely love it. So happy. It was knit on US size 4, 3.5 millimeter needles. I do use Chai Goot interchangeables for that, which is my staple. I actually finished this at the very beginning of January. Like I said, I stayed on top of this pretty darn well. And then I had almost 100 ends to weave in, and I really didn't want to. So I did bite the bullet and finish that in the past 2 days I did. But yeah, I counted because I'm a numbers person, and there were 98 ends to weave in. And I did not hate weaving it in, which I never thought I would say that, but it was just something very soothing, and it didn't take as long as I did. And yeah, so I actually didn't mind it. Maybe I'll pull out my Advent from 2019 and actually weave in those ends, because I still haven't done that. Because again, there's a lot of ends and I don't want to. We'll see. So that is the Exotic Burst cowl, and I'm super happy with how that turned out. My next finished object is, I'll just show you one because they're a pair, so it doesn't matter. After They Storm Socks by Kay Litton of Crazy Sock Lady Designs. This is a pattern sock that she came out with, and it's kind of hard to see because of the yarn I use, but there's some slip stitches, let's see, and yarn overs. There's one. They kind of make it look like it's raining. Really happy with how these socks turned out. I think it's a really nice pattern. She does awesome patterns. So yeah, really happy with how they turned out. The yarn that I used is from Plank and Stella. It is their Bletcher family colorway. Belcher. I keep saying it wrong. It's a Bob's Burger inspired thing from a couple years ago, I want to say. And I don't watch Bob's Burgers. I just really, really like this colorway. It is not what I thought it was going to knit up like. Here's the stockinette part of it. And if I knew it was going to knit up like this, I probably would have just done a vanilla sock rather than a pattern sock, because the pattern does get lost in this. But I'm still really happy. Anyway, back to the yarn. Belcher family colorway. And it is on Sparkle Sock, which is a 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. Yeah, there's sparkles in here. I don't know if you'll be able to see. There, the sun's catching some of them. Yeah, super happy with that. I knit these on a US size 1, 2.25 millimeter, 9-inch circular, again from Trigo. And I gotta tell you, this is the first time I've knit on the 9-inch circulars, and I really, really like it. To completely be honest, I really wasn't a sock knitter until these, because I found it too fiddly. I hate magic loop. Sometimes it's necessary, but I hate it. And then DPNs are just so fiddly when you're working on like on size 1 with fingering weight, they're just too fiddly, and I couldn't be bothered. And so like the 9-inch circs definitely helped with the fiddliness, and I am gonna call myself a sock knitter now, because I have a lot of plans for sock knitting this year, and I'm so excited. So I knit a size medium, which these turn out a little big, especially as I'm wearing them. They're kind of getting looser. So I think what's happening, and I've heard some other people say this too, because the 9-inch circs are like so delicate, I think people are knitting looser, and so you're getting like a different gauge. So I think I should have cast it on this size small, or I need to get a size 0. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but yeah. There are 2 of them, but they look the same, And yeah, I'm really happy with how they turned out. Oh, I just love this colorway. And this is then I did follow everything to pattern as the pattern went, except I did not do all the pattern repeats. I think you were supposed to do 4 and I only did 3 because I like shorter socks, which I even only wish I did 2. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm fine with them. I'm not going to rip them out, even though they are a little big and probably a little longer than I would have liked, but like, I'm happy with them. I'm really happy with them. So slip stitch heel, rounded toe. That's what I was going to say. And then here's the label for Plank and Stella. Yeah. It's backwards. Oh well. And this is something, since I have it, something how I am tracking my works in progress and finished objects. I just took a regular card, index card, and I wrote pattern and designer, and then I am just keeping track of how far along I am when I started and when I finished. So these socks were actually a pretty long-term project just because Advent was in there. But yeah, I started them in November and then just finished them at the end of January here. But just, I have the colorway written down here and then just some notes. And then I'm taped, these are like the ends that I wove in. And then on the back I have the yarn label. That way I can look at laundering if it's not just a plain, like if I'm using like partially acrylic or whatever. And then a picture, which I might move the picture onto the front side. Because I have a little mini printer now that I think that I didn't have when I started these cards. And so I think I might put them on the front now. But yeah, I'm hanging these up on a bulletin board in my crafting room, and so I can see what I have going on and then what I have finished. So I'm pretty excited. And then I'm thinking maybe I'll put them in like a photo album or like a recipe card holder, and so I can look back at what I did. I'm still deciding because I only have 2 right now. So yeah, there is my other finished object. Yay. Okay, and now I'm going to show you what I am working on. These I casted on literally yesterday, kind of, which you'll understand. So these are my sorry, I just got distracted. But this is my Midnight Dancer sock. And this is a pattern by Sari Nordlund. And so super cute. I originally started these in January 2020, finished them November of 2020 because I hit a huge knitting slump. And I knit a size large because I tried to take measurements, which I don't know what I'm doing when I'm measuring my foot, to be honest. And they are way too big. So I am frogging these and reknitting them on a size small because I am taking what I learned from the After the Storm socks, since I'm doing them on US size 9. US size 1 9-inch circs, and so I'm hoping they're going to fit well and not be too small. So I am doing this as part of the Finish It, Fix It, Frog It, Make Along, or some order of that, which is being hosted by Tommy of Moonstone Makes. And that's just encouraging you going through your pile of whips and basically either finishing it or making it into something that you'll actually wear, use, whatever. So I am like I said, I'm doing these on the US size 1 2.25 9-inch circs. I casted on over 200 stitches on 9-inch circs. I am insane. It is what it is. And these are knit out of House of La Mode. And this is their house sock fingering base in their glitter peachy colorway. And so this is a 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So I did cast these on yesterday, like I said, because these today is my very last day of freedom, also known as I am done with my maternity leave as of tomorrow at 8 a.m. when I have to clock in back to work. So these are going to be my take to work socks, and hopefully I'll be able to work on those at lunch. And I'm just keeping them in a little bag that I got from Pampers that fits like a newborn diaper. But since I didn't bother unraveling, actually it fits pretty well since there's no ball, and it'll fit in my purse really well. But yeah, that kind of weird stare off in the distance is, I don't remember where I put my other sock. So I guess I'm gonna have to find that, but that's later on down the road. I anticipate this being a work in progress for quite a bit, because my main work in progress is my Fonda sweater. Fonda is by Caitlin Hunter of Boylan Knitworks, and it actually looks like a sweater right now, so I'm pretty excited. So Fonda is this cute little short sleeved sweater with this pretty bobble thing. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I'm working currently on the body. I split for the sleeves already. Working on the body. And then I'll start decreasing here in a couple of inches, I want to say. Right now it's just mindless stockinette, which I'm really happy about. But let's see. These are being knit on US size 7 Chigoot interchangeables, and I'm using Knit Pick Swish worsted weight in the colorway Allspice, which is this nice little like burnt orange. So yeah, this is a 100% superwash merino. I really like this yarn. It is squishy and soft. I am kind of questioning how well it holds up, because I do have another sweater that is knit in it, and I don't know if it's user error or what, but there's some like fraying on the sleeves, so I might not have to use this as much, or I probably shouldn't. But yeah, so I really like how it's turning out. I worked on this quite a bit at the beginning of the month. Let's see, I think I started swatching and practicing the bobbles, because I've never done bobbles before. On the 3rd of January. Oh my gosh, these bobbles took forever, but they're so worth it. I want to say I counted, and there's like over 500 bobbles, and I only missed 2 that I have to go back and I'll sew them on. So I'm actually pretty impressed by that. But I had some major bobble burnout, and I did not even want to look at this project for a couple days, which is when I finished the After the Storm socks. So I did rest these, but I was using this as my Make 30 for 30 challenge project, which is just a low-key knit-along being hosted by Nitty Natty of Love and Stitches, Natalie Nitty Natty. which is just like a little challenge to work on a project every day for 30 days, at least 30 minutes, which I didn't do it right because I worked on a couple projects, but like I said, I had some major bobble burnout and I just didn't want to look at it. So yeah, super happy with how this is turning out so far. I was getting a little nervous because I thought it was going to look like a pumpkin in this, like one of those like warty pumpkins, which I don't think is going to be the case, hopefully. Because yeah, I think it's just a good color. But yeah, I don't think I'll look like a pumpkin. And then I just want to show, I love the ribbing that's in these bubbles. That's where I missed one of my bubbles, these blue markers. But yeah, I'm also really loving just the mindless stockinette for now. And then I think we'll get onto the decreases. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. And so just, I was really inspired after finishing my After the Storm socks. I guess not really inspired, but this is kind of another FL. And because I like the yarn a lot, I continued and made these little guys. And these are for my newborn Isla, because her feet were pretty cold. So I made her some socks, of course, because I didn't know prep knitting while I was pregnant. Oh well. But so yeah, these are the Belcher family colorway from Plank and Stella again. And this is the perfect newborn sock pattern, and that's from Hey Sister Yarn Company. And because these are so stinking cute, I was inspired to what I'm lovingly calling the Baby Sock Project. And after each pair of socks that I make this year, I am going to make either a pair of socks for either the newborn Isla or the 15-month-old Ainsley. Because I never use a full skein because, like I said, I like shorter socks. And I have a lot of sock plans right now. And I don't know if that's because I got the bug because I finally actually like sock knitting thanks to the 9-inch Circs, or because my stash of hand-dyed yarn, indie dyed yarn, not hand-dyed, I guess interchangeable, is steadily growing right now. And I don't like having like any stash. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 skeins that I really just single skeins, not sure what I want to do with them. Most of them I know already because I've been staying up, like I can't sleep because I've been thinking about knitting socks, knitter problems, I guess. Yeah. And I know, so I have 5 skeins that I don't know what to do with. I know I have one more skein coming soon, and but yeah, I'm slowly making plans for all those yarns. So I just have to knit faster / I need more time in the day to knit. So yeah, I am going to be making a lot of baby socks, and I also think they'll make a really cute memory because, you know, these socks, they don't even really fit Isla well anymore because she's 6 weeks old. She's not a newborn. And they're slipping off her feet a lot. And Ainsley is also ripping them off her feet. So now I have these, and I think they'll last longer than my socks will, the adult version. And so I think it'll be a good way to remember my knitting for this year, and maybe make like a garland of just baby socks. They're just so cute. I just want to make all the baby socks. Such instant gratification. All right, well, that's pretty much all I had to share. I hope that I didn't ramble too much. And if you like what you saw, like what you heard, hit like and subscribe. And hopefully I will be back in about a month. I'm a monogamous ninja, if you didn't figure that out. So hopefully, so I don't want to bore you guys by coming like all the time. So hopefully every month I will have something to show, whether it's just maybe Sleeve Island on this, or, you know, at least a finished pair of socks, something like that. But yeah, subscribe so you'll know when I'm back, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you.